All right. Hi, guys. Welcome back to another episode. This is part 2 with Ian.
Hey.
So, hi, guys. We're going to start off soft.
Okay.
And then we'll
Okay.
get into the harder stuff.
Okay, sounds good. Oh, no.
So, no, the softer ones are more so, okay, so I didn't get to ask you this last time. I was wondering, because of your guys' age gap, what would be some of the things you guys had in common? Because it was just a curious question of mine. What is it that you guys had, in common?
Yeah. That is a good question, actually, because I feel like that's bad. Because when you ask me, I have to think about it. I really shouldn't have to. I know. But I would say the biggest one is probably kind of like both of our attitudes. I think they click well because I usually keep things what would be like I guess lighthearted. I guess I always try to maintain a good attitude, even when I'm in a bad mood. I'm like, I don't, try to like lighten the mood kind of thing. Yeah, exactly right. And then I feel like always good. Like she's always in a great mood, so it's nice. So I feel like that's what I was saying. Like we get along really well. Like haven't really like even had any arguments or disagreements, just because like I feel like we're both always in like a great mood. I guess.
Okay.
But I mean, that is kind of worrisome because you never know. I don't know.
Well,
we haven't, I guess, caught each other on like a bad day, I guess.
Okay.
If you want to say. I don't know. You know
what I mean? Might be, like you said, a good thing too, though, because that means you guys are able to communicate, so it doesn't get to that point.
Yeah, that's true.
So, because I know that sometimes when you don't communicate, there are things that.
Yeah, but I will say how I first like really. What would it be? I would say it sounds kind of mad, but like took notice of her maybe was has been like all over, like traveled all over. So that was kind of a big one. Like when she started talking, I started talking to her. It's kind of sad. Like I haven't been to a lot of places. I mean, I've been out of the country a couple times, but not to a lot of places. But I always just want to. So when we start getting to traveling and stuff, I feel like we definitely like connect on that page.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah,
I've never been out of the country, but I've been to like Yellowstone and things like that, and just where I've been at, and I love that.
Yeah,
but that was something I asked the guys last week. Was more so like, where was it that you guys would want to go visit? And I'm oh shoot, like I would want to go to like Japan or the different places like France and stuff, but I don't know if I go alone.
Oh yeah.
So
sure.
I would want somebody to experience that with.
Yeah, and then and you know what it is? It's funny too because like I have so of course now I'm planning a trip to China. Like when we talk, like you know what I mean. I'm like, yeah, eventually like I'd want to go with you, you know. And so she's like, yeah, we'll go back and we'll plan this, So we're trying to plan for like May of next year,
Okay.
But it is funny because I had no intention of ever visiting China. You know what I mean? Like,
that's
how
cool.
it is. I don't know. I have to explain to her sometimes, like, and maybe it's just like my shitty like upbringing propaganda, but like. I don't know if you like. We're always told like China is like the enemy.
Okay,
you know what I mean. You kind of know what I mean. So it's always like funny because it's like when I hear her talk and things like that, I'm like, whoa, like that's how it is. Like it's because sometimes she'll like describe even like what is it like social norms and things like that, and I'm like that sounds way better than here. But it's funny because like I said, if you ask like the average. I don't want to say. I want to say like American man. They probably would say more negative things first than positive.
Than positive things, because you probably hear them want to go to France or Paris or anything else first than.
I was like France or Germany or like I always like you're saying. I don't know if it's like sushi or what it is, but I always like Japan. Like I would love to go to Japan, but for some reason China was always like.
You're like not on the list, like not there, and then now that she's able to kind of open your eyes up to the different. Okay. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah. Okay, so.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so my curious question, how would you define what true love means?
Oh, wow.
And
true love means,
soulmate, choosing to love somebody every day, because I do think it's a choice.
Yeah, definitely.
And you don't wake up like, I'm in love every day, but like, what would that look like for you as a man?
I think we kind of talked about it because that is. I feel like that's it's a difficult one because
it is.
Because everyone that is a good one because everyone is going to have what it'd be like almost different reasonings.
Yes,
I do get really caught up in. Remember, I think I talked about like convenience.
Okay.
So like even right now, like I'm very routine, I guess. Like I'll go to work and I get off work and I come here and I get ready for bed.
Oh yeah,
you know
we were talking about
that. I can be very routine, and that's why I get caught up with sometimes is I have to like. Kind of almost check myself because I'm like, is it maybe this is easy and that's why I like it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's now I have now she's into my or she's set my routine.
Yeah.
So now you know what I mean? Like,
and you're setting hers too. Like,
but I'm saying like, you know what I mean? If something happens and like throws off my routine, like,
because you did say she was going to be here for a little bit. and then she's leaving. So that's you now having to work in maybe the routine of her being out of
See, and
state,
that, okay,
and FaceTiming and maybe not seeing her as much and things like that.
Okay, it's kind of funny, but like we have not even discussed it yet. And I think we both are kind of like,
scared
like,
about like the okay.
Because I feel like it wasn't, because we didn't go into it being as serious as it was supposed to be.
You guys weren't expecting it to be.
No, you know, and then like I said, you know, of course, like hanging out a lot more, and then it's definitely gotten a lot closer. And you know what I mean? So I don't. It's tough. It's very tough. Yeah, because we'll kind of bring it up, and then we kind of like we'll both be like, oh no, we'll figure it out.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't know, because it's like too like it's a hard conversation to have. Actually, it is. Yeah,
it is one of those ones where it's like, where do you move from here to seeing each other all the time and everything to long distance now and making that work? Because I've never been in a long distance relationship. I've never known, you know, I know that there's been a couple people I do know and they've been able to make it work. But me, I think it would be harder. I don't think I could.
That's why I think that's why we both avoid it. Because especially when we're talking about like when you're moving across to a different state. It's difficult. You're like, obviously I can see them. But like when she's going to China. It's literally the other side of the world where you're like, you know what I mean? It's a whole like planning a whole thing, you know? So it's not something that would be done that often. So I don't know. I also get conflicted too because like I really am not that like would have been in life right now. You know what I mean? I'm kind of just going with the flow. Like if stuff changes, I'm open for it. So I've been open to like say if I visit China next year and like I don't know, it's cool and I can set up a new routine there. I might move there. I don't know.
And you might end up really liking it. And then you're like, oh, I like
because it is funny, but she'll show me stuff and there's like a big like kind of like expat community out there. So it's people who like even have you heard like expat like expatriates? Yeah, it's people who like leave the USA and live somewhere else.
They're out,
and there's like a whole community out there of it, you know. So or in China, there's like literally like which is also funny because so she'll show me videos and it's like LA dance, and that's what China is funny in itself too, where like they do, I don't know, maybe kind of look up to America in a sense. So they Americanize or Westernize a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? So
you might feel a little comfortable.
That's what I mean. I don't think it's got to be like that drastic of a, you know what I mean? Like but again, maybe, who knows?
Well, I'm interested to see for you.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm actually, so it kind of seems, it probably doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't maybe seem smart or maybe like well thought out, but we're just kind of both like, we'll cross that path when it gets there.
I was going to say, when you put too much on it, then it starts to overwhelm or stress and it's too much. And then it's like, okay, let's see where things go. If things work out for the better, then, you know, it'll be good for us and it'll be just a different norm. So it might just to see where things go and not put too much pressure.
Yeah, I know. And it's also funny though, too, because she, so I hate to say, because I don't want to seem like stereotyping, but I don't know if it's a cultural thing, but they're like, okay, she, even herself, she's real big on like business. Like she does, and then not so much business, but like, she just feels like you should always be working on something. Like even if you're at work, you need, exactly, you should be maybe having a side project or something. But it's funny because like when we talked about it, I really liked it because it was more like, okay, you do that as a job, but like, what are you working on to maybe like for the future? I'm like, oh shit, like you're right, you know?
So she made you think.
So I know, but so she though too is always looking for opportunities here. So she brings it up like, hey, if I like maybe were to like buy this little like store or shop, you know, like would it be okay to run for a couple of years? Or so she is kind of, that's what I mean. So we're both kind of both ways of like open, which is nice too.
Yeah. And you guys are looking into how it'll work out. Okay, that's good. I think that maybe that's exactly what goes into it. Maybe I guess the age gap, like you said, but the similarities.
Yeah, I guess that is, that kind of plays on that too. Yeah, I didn't think about that, but you're right. We're both kind of like, I think you're right. We're both, even though at like definitely different ages, we're kind of in similar like times in our life.
Yes,
you know? Because also too, just like, because I switched jobs fairly recently, so I was kind of more in like, I would say more of like my career. And it was very stressful, so I was like, I need to take a little bit of time off. You know, and mainly kind of I do like the aspect of like focusing on your mental health. So that was kind of my thing. It's like, okay, I'm gonna leave work for a little bit.
Come on, let me tell you.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
because we were supposed to record this, and I was like, wasn't that the best place?
That's why I'm a big, same thing. Mental health, I'm big on it. That's what I'm saying.
Me too.
It's like, if you're not feeling good or you want to take a day off, I'm like, take it. You know, take time to yourself. So like you're saying, I think that's kind of what it is too. Like, you know, both kind of being in same places in maybe life at the moment, both kind of figuring things out. So,
but willing to do it together in a way too, communicating like, I like that. Right, okay. No, really, because it was just intriguing me, and I was like, ooh. Okay, so what do you think is the biggest challenge couples face today?
Oh, okay. So I don't. Okay, maybe this you can help me in this too because I feel like almost very biased in it, right?
Okay.
Because and I think maybe it's because I hear it a lot, but maybe I hear it because like. Okay, so I don't have social media. Remember, like I kind of brought that up. No, like Instagram or Facebook or anything.
Right.
Which I have at one point, so of course I know like how it operates.
Right.
But I literally see couples all the time arguing over that, like, well, he's liking her stuff, or they're just followed, or she just followed
somebody else.
Or,
yeah.
And it's really funny, but like when I bring it, I feel like when I bring it up to women like not having social media, I always go get two reactions. Either one, it's like very refreshing, like, oh my gosh, that would be wonderful,
right.
Like not worry about any, like my boyfriend having any of that, like that'd be great. Or they're like, are you a serial killer? Because like, who doesn't have social media? So literally, they're like, what's wrong with you? But I think I don't know. I would say too, like my day-to-day life doesn't feel that stressful, and I almost feel like sometimes it's because of social media. I don't know though. I don't know.
No,
like I said, it could be biased.
I will say, I have gone through, like you said, like there are times where I didn't have social media at all, and then I'd have like a Snapchat or I'd have like Instagram or whatever. But then I was like, I'm not like huge on posting, so I would like watch people living through them, and I'm just like, oh, that would be nice, or oh, and then again I get in my own head of like, what the fuck am I doing with my own life?
Yeah.
And then it would start adding the stress, and then it would, like you said, and with couples, like I realized myself when I was growing up and when social media started to become bigger, it was like, who did you just add?
Oh yeah,
and why are you liking blah blah blah? And what it is, and it is a true thing for me with like women's intuition, because for me, I've always been right. And it's not that I'm not sitting here looking to be right.
Sorry,
but
definitely
it's like,
stance for sure.
it was more like that feeling.
Oh no,
and
for
so
sure.
It was like, oh, she's just a friend. She's just a friend. But then when we broke up, all of a sudden, you guys are together now, or you're married now. And it was like,
that's always crazy too when you see that. Or they're like, you break up and like, oh, and they're pregnant. You're like, what are you doing? Like, that is
for
crazy.
me, I think you're right with the social media. It's like, I think that might be the hardest part now, being in a relationship, knowing that these women and men, it's not just men, because I know a lot of women get onto the man, but it's women and men, because okay, you're allowed to post this as a woman, but he's not allowed to post this, or you're allowed to have guys like gawking at you, but he's not allowed to gawk at other women. It's kind of like, it's hard to figure that out, but I do agree.
I've definitely seen also guys too, like stereotype really hard. They'll see like a woman who, of course, or maybe who's I don't know, very gorgeous, or maybe carries herself very well, and they automatically assume like, oh, she's got a bunch of dudes in her DMs. And I feel like again, it could be true, but like you'll come across people, or I don't know, handsome or beautiful people. They're like, no, I'm trying to find a date, or I'm trying to do that. Like, I mean,
there's nobody.
I think, but I feel like you brought up a good point, because when so Facebook came out when I was in like 8th grade, right?
Okay.
So it was huge. It was basically like the beginnings of it in high school. So there's no dating apps, right? So that was literally how you would date. That was the beginning of it.
Me about Facebook being a dating app, because I did not see it
that way. That's how I feel like it was. Okay, because I vividly remember I was in high school and I'd be so nervous. I wouldn't want to talk to girls in my class.
Okay.
But I would message them in an instant and be like, "What's going on?"
Okay.
Like,
and it would be more comfortable. Like,
you're just you're like, what is it? Like, what is it? Putting bait out there, whatever.
Your little feelers out there, like little, like, okay.
You know what I mean? And I feel like I was much more, even in MySpace. I remember like talking to girls late on MySpace and going back and forth. And it was always funny because I always remember like, I don't remember her name, but I remember going back and forth with like this girl in like 7th grade, and we were talking like we were like best friends on like MySpace or whatever. And we went to the same school, and we'd see each other in person, and it was like so awkward. We wouldn't talk. So that's what I'm saying. I feel like it was like the beginnings of almost like dating apps.
Okay. Because even now, oh my god.
So I feel like you can't fault people for like, I don't know. I wouldn't say maybe like the temptation, but seeing the temptation, because that's what I feel like is in society. Like, we're all going to be tempted. Come on.
Oh, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, women, like, to me, because I like both. So women to me are beautiful.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
They're freaking beautiful. Like, I can't. And for me, you have preferences. Men have preferences, but I have a preference of, I don't fault for women for getting their body done and do whatever makes you feel better about yourself.
Oh, definitely.
In a sense, like, I'm all for it. For me, and my preference on what I find attractive into a woman is more natural, the more natural looks for me. But then I get the men who are like, I like the natural look, blah blah. But then like all of their Instagram is fake butts and boobs, and it's like, wait, I'm confused. Like it just gets confusing. So I guess like that's where me as a woman, when it comes to that, and it's like, well, you say you like this, but then all this shows this. I'm kind of like, it doesn't add up.
So
I guess
maybe, I don't know, maybe this is probably a really bad one. It's probably gonna sound really bad, but okay, from like a man's perspective on maybe something like that, right?
Yeah.
Like so maybe you won't know as much, but I like, the only comparison I can really think of is like cars, you know?
Okay.
Like when you see like a badass brand new Ferrari,
right,
like, man, I would love to drive it.
Okay.
But that would be a pain in the ass to own, you know? It's gonna be a pain to own. There's a lot of maintenance. I gotta take care of it. Where am I gonna park it? You know, like it needs a nice ass garage. It needs to be secure.
I didn't even think about it like
you know
that.
what I mean? And
no,
then
but I get it.
you kind of see,
okay.
maybe you see like, you know what I mean, like a truck that's like a couple years old.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
Throw some new rims on there, put some tires. I think we'll be rolling. You know. I'm just kidding. That's probably fucked up. But no, I do feel like it is fucked up.
Just miles on it.
I know, because that's what I mean. It is fucked up to do cars because it's like, no, it's not that it's used and beat up. I don't want it. You know.
Right.
But it is the aspect of like when I
fancy.
see. Oh, I don't know. I just feel like when I see like, I don't know, maybe a woman who's like very enhanced and things like that. Honestly, my first thought is like I don't know. Like obviously,
I got the pocketbook for that.
yeah, but I don't. You know, I feel like it sucks. That it's kind of stereotypical. But,
right.
But it is kind of true. I feel like.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know.
Well, like
that does sound pretty bad, but
no. But that's why I'm curious, because everybody, like I always say, everybody has their own point of views.
Yeah.
And it's an opinion. It doesn't mean that it's like I'm right, you're wrong.
Yeah.
It's literally just I'm curious to know your opinion on things because of that.
But I do feel like it is funny because I feel like men do get caught up in like not thinking it goes both ways. So I do feel like it goes both ways, right? Like if you see a dude who's like super ripped, super handsome,
and
then he's got like gray sweatpants, he's got a huge dog, you know, you're like, whoa, what the fuck?
So, and that's why I say like people all operate differently. Because I see it as like, which is crazy. This is how I always explain it to people. I can look at a woman and I'm like, oh my God, she's so pretty. But I can't like walk up to her and be like, hey, you know, I have this confidence to like ask her out on a date.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
With a man, I don't look at them like initially and be like, wow, he's got abs and he's
okay.
fine.
That's what I wondered too.
Like I don't. But there's other women who do like, oh, he's so sexy, he's dripping sweat like that. But me, I want to know who he is first.
Yeah, I can see that.
Personality wise, because then I know, okay, where can I? All right, you too cocky, or you're confident, or what it is, and like sometimes dad bod, or sometimes gym rat, whatever it might be, but it's more so like I want to know who he is. But then I feel like it's the same for guys. When they look at a woman, they're like, she's beautiful, but then the way she comes off is bitchy. Like, okay, well, I don't want to.
It's really funny, but like a good example, well, maybe not a good example, but example, like Alex and I kind of want to talk about it, you know. But it's funny because we'll see like, I don't know, maybe in the gym, right? You'll see a very attractive woman, right? And then you'll pass by her, or maybe I'll hold the door open for her, and she walks right out. And you're like, what the fuck?
No, thank you.
Rude, yeah, you know. And like I said, I hate does sound wrong because like I'm not expecting any of that. But if you're honestly, if you're hot and then you're a good person, I'm like, oh shit, like, But if you're hot and then you're rude, I'm like, oh, whatever.
Exactly.
Like, who cares? You know?
Yes, that's where I'm at, because that's why I feel like with most men sometimes they know that they got their good looking.
I'm gonna say because dudes can get really full of themselves too. That's the way you get. Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm just trying to hold the conversation right now. Like I'm not trying to, but it becomes like a spiral effect, I guess, and it just happens that way. But now I was curious on, the dating world, and I guess you're right with social media because.
Also, okay, maybe because I was just thinking about it, and maybe I just want maybe like a woman's perspective. But do you feel like sometimes like I don't really know like what goes into it, but I'm sure you've heard of like look maxing. That's like kind of new, no? It's when people I don't even know exactly what it is. No, I'm too old too, but it's when people will like go and change their lifestyle, do all these habits, and change themselves so basically like. Be their just to like be their maximum like attractiveness basically.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So go to the gym, do whatever they can. Like some people even like get fillers, like whatever they have to do.
Okay.
But sometimes it's funny, but I feel like you'll see dudes and they'll just like go to the gym, right? And
they don't got to do all the extra.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And your skin starts getting better because now you're working out, like you're eating healthier, and now you're looking better. And I feel like for a guy, like if you just literally start like if you pay attention to your health, like it can go really far. But I feel like for women, there's so much more that goes into it, right?
Yeah.
I will say there's. You gotta like be trendy. You gotta wear the right makeup. You gotta like I don't know. You know what I mean? Because you know it is. You'll see a dude.
Like I suck at being a woman because again, it's like
you know what I mean?
and then like I'll be honest here. I'm not always like an upkeep. I know women are like laser or shaving
Yeah,
every day and
Oh
everything
yeah,
like
no,
that.
I don't. Yeah, yeah.
We don't
Yeah.
care, guys. Don't
Yeah,
look
yeah.
at the legs because
Yeah.
it's wintertime
Yeah.
and I got pants on.
Yeah,
So
okay, maybe again, I will say as a man, I feel like I don't worry so much about that. I feel like maybe
okay, but there
you know
are
what I
some
mean?
men
Is it, yeah, I do. Okay, I can see
who
that. I
want
can see
clean
that.
cut and they
Yeah,
want
I
them,
can see
you
that.
know, shave
Like no
whatever.
hair.
Yes,
Yeah.
that kind of
Okay,
stuff. Which is fine. But I
No.
feel like women should be okay with
Yeah.
shaving when they want or whatever.
Yeah,
that
for sure.
kind of
Okay,
upkeep
I
and
will
stuff.
say though, I don't know why, and I want to say it's probably I blame society, but there is something, and like I'm all for like what is it, kind of like the hippie lifestyle, do things naturally.
Okay.
I can't do like hairy armpits. I don't know why though. Like I try, I'm like I've seen attractive girls, I'm like oh wow, and I've seen them like do something, and I'm seeing the armpits, I'm like oh shit.
So here's
and
a little
I don't
secret.
know why.
Come on, here's a little secret.
Yeah.
I'll be honest here. There was once like when the armpits were doing a thing.
Yeah.
It was becoming
you know
a
what I
thing.
mean? Yeah, right, exactly.
And so then I tried myself to like not. I'm like, let me see if I can do this.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Because I felt like I didn't want to lift up my arms or whatever. But I'm all for like again, women, you know,
that's what I'm saying. Like
if it's
whatever makes you happy. Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
But for me personally, I felt like I just needed to like. All right, let's just get this off right here. But again, it's funny because I won't shake my arms for shit. I'm like, I'm not an arm like I got hair on my arms now. But it's just that I feel like I'm with you there with I just personal preference. Again, everybody has their own opinion. But personal preference, I feel like I tried it. And I was like, this is not for me.
You know what's so funny is I feel like I can't like not like really hairy, but I've never really shaved my armpits because when I tried or like I tried trimming them, it's like that same feeling but the opposite. I'm like, oh, why is it all scratchy? I'm like, oh, my skin's rubbing. So that's really funny. I think you just get so used to something, right?
Yes.
Like, no.
Yeah. But I will say like I do know that there are women who, you know, I heard and I didn't know this was a thing until like maybe the weekend that was like a girl was like, I shave every day. And I was like, I'm shaving every day. I'm going to be honest. Low maintenance. Not shaving every single day. It's not happening. So it gets to a point where I'm like, all right, okay, it's time to break down. But I won't go full bush. It's just not my
no, can't fight with it.
Yeah.
No, it is. It does get in the way. I feel like after a while.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like too much.
Yes.
Okay, but you know what is kind of crazy that I never realized before, and again, I hope she's not lying to me, but my girlfriend like doesn't grow any hair like in her armpits.
Asians.
That's what she said. She said even men. Yeah, even men, they don't grow like arm. She has like no arm hair. She has no arm. Like,
so
no
is
hair.
that? How did you ever realize that prior to dating her that like was hair ever an issue?
Okay, no, but I will say there was one time. This is probably gonna be oversharing a little bit. This is one time.
The oversharing. Okay. He hasn't watched the channel, guys.
So I was hooking up with this girl one time.
Okay.
And she's very cool. She's a very cool girl. She was like, she was like a Navy veteran.
Okay.
So it was probably like the only woman I've ever dated who was like in the service. So kind of give like I don't know why I need to preface it with that, but she was like a little kind of like she liked working out. She was kind of like she had like she was pretty fit. Like she was a trainer for a little bit. I'm trying to describe because she's not like manly. I don't want to say like manly, but she was very like she didn't give a shit to like spit on the ground or something.
I was gonna say
like
a tomboy.
Pretty, you know. See, but no, that's what I mean because she wouldn't dress like she was always so very feminine.
Always said
she always would like dye her hair different colors,
Because I feel like I'm okay. I don't know if you've been around because I burp. I belch.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm a belcher.
Yeah.
And I mean, I always say better up than down and everything like that.
Yeah.
And I can hog a loogie if I need to.
Yeah.
I can throw a football if I need to.
Yeah.
So I feel like, but I've always defined that as like a tomboy.
Yeah. See, okay.
Where I feel like I like to be a little bit, I guess, I don't know, girly, but I have my moments.
Yeah.
Of like being really girly.
What too? I'm sorry, again, not trying to stereotype, but she also was like bisexual. So I don't know if maybe that playing a little bit. Maybe. Like, you're like, because you still like.
A little bit of both.
Because you're still trying to attract women, but you still want to be feminine.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. I don't know if that's like bad.
Maybe that does make sense. But there's been never a woman coming up to me maybe once or twice where they found out I like women and then they like, oh, okay. But like never have they actually like approached me. I don't get very much.
And like you've never had a woman like try to flirt with you or something?
No, like not that I maybe it's because I'm the one that's like I get all stupid. But
well, see, I don't know. I feel like I was surprised when you mentioned it because I feel like I didn't pick up like that vibe maybe at first. But again, that doesn't mean you have to like everyone doesn't have to put the vibe.
Right.
No, I don't know.
I never really like classified myself. I kind of leave it open. Like love is love.
Yeah,
so I just kind of really don't like to categorize myself as one thing. So I just I just don't ever really say it.
Yeah. No, but I feel like I would say if it works, though it works. Right?
Yeah. So sorry.
But I was gonna say so. It was I think the first time we probably hooked up because we went on like a date at one time, but we didn't hook up like a first date. So the next time we went out, we hooked up.
Just kidding. Okay. I don't know.
and she had a hairy butt.
Okay.
Like hair between her butt cheeks.
Okay.
And that was the only time. I had never encountered that ever, right? And maybe okay, I know. So maybe because it was like darker hairs. Yeah, no, I was like, you know what I mean? I was behind there and I was like, okay, that's interesting, that's new. But you know what I mean? You're not gonna stop or anything. No, but you're gonna mentally note it, for next time.
Okay.
Next time. So you're not as surprised, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. But I was just surprised. I've never seen you. She had a hairy butt. Yeah.
I think it's funny coming from somebody who might have
no, that's what I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I've never came across it. So I always kind of assume, this is probably wrong, but as a man, I assume like, girls, they have pubic hair, but it's not butt hair. It just doesn't happen.
There is.
I know.
And I just want to be naive about it. The Brazilian, well, I don't want to be naive. I don't know how like that. I don't know how I would feel with a man with a very hairy butt crack. It's different because you know that they have hair.
Yeah.
There.
So if a man doesn't look that hairy, right? But he turns around and it looks like carpet coming out of his butt crack.
Yeah.
Can you ignore it, or you kind of like? No, I'm just asking.
That's a good question because I have a friend.
And he may have that situation, so I just was wondering how women do see it.
I don't know. I think because we're not behind you guys.
Yeah. Okay. That makes a lot more sense.
You know what I mean? Like we don't have y'all most of the time.
You don't. Because
there are some guys out there who like their thing. But I'm just saying that there are most times where women aren't.
Yeah, you're right though. You're right. And like, you know what I mean? I guess you're right. I would say you're right. There's going to be situations, not a situation I've ever been in either.
Right.
Where you would kind of be like more exposed to that matter, I can see that. Okay.
Well, because that was part of my little.
But I do feel like women are more likely. I mean, you don't really care about like hair so much, right? That's what I mean. If a guy is if he's super hairy back, hairy chest, and stomach and everything, you like it?
No.
Okay, because some women do, right?
No.
Okay.
I don't want to hug my fingers on
both sides. I have friends like thick, it's
or like when it's connected. No, it's just not my thing. It's not my thing. I will be honest with you there.
Okay. No, because I've seen it where like a dude will have a hairy back. I'll see women like, oh, like I like that. I'm like, what? I never thought that'd be. I thought that'd be like
but that's the same thing with a guy who maybe enjoys feet.
I guess, true. Or like some women too. Do some women like long beards?
And some women like long beards. Right? You know what's funny? Because I used to not like mustaches. Just mustaches. Like I used to. I was like, no. Yeah. But I guess as you get older, just your preferences and things change, and this is okay, or this is attractive or not attractive. But for me, I think for men, it's always been like. I haven't had the best track record on good-looking men type thing. I will be honest, because mine have just been more personality-wise.
Okay,
it's just been based.
Which honestly, at the end of the day, you can't deny that like there needs to be a physical attraction.
There
Right?
it is. Because
at the end of the day, that is the most important thing.
Yes,
you know what I mean? Like someone's personality. Like if you are, like again, we talked about if you're amazingly hot and you're an asshole, I don't want to do with you. But if you are, as I'm saying, if you're like, I'm probably going to sound more like an asshole, but if you like need some work. But you're a fantastic person,
right?
Like I will be with that person all day long.
Because I would be saying, I don't have the best track record on some of them, and they're not probably the best looking. But again, it's like personality, and it's always been, Okay, so sorry.
What you got? No, what you got?
All right, so this is okay. So a couple of these are gonna be okay, and then we get into the other stuff.
What you got?
So I would say, what is something that is guaranteed to start an argument? What's a question that's guaranteed to start an argument?
But is this between?
I would say you a girlfriend, boyfriend type.
Okay, that kind of thing. Okay. I'm really big. I try not to be jealous. Like I'm really big on like I try really to be.
Okay, what do you mean try? If you aren't
I honestly I feel like I'm not, but I do feel like I do have to like. There's times where maybe it will upset me, but I won't be as vocal about it because I do feel like it's my own insecurity. You know what I mean? Because what's up?
Do you shut down?
No, not at all. I just feel like so maybe example would be like, Okay, so maybe with my girlfriend now, she's Chinese, right? So she doesn't really understand when kind of men hit on her. Like she really doesn't. No, she really doesn't. It's always crazy.
She sounds like, because I don't get it.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like so one time
like, no, he don't like me.
We're at a bar, right? And I was sitting there. We're sitting there talking. You know, we're like, this is probably. I mean, we probably just kind of started dating. We're pretty close. We're sitting there talking, and a dude comes up, comes between us, and starts trying to shake her hand. You know, and she just smiles like because she has no clue what's going on. You know, so I'm like, "Are you good? Do you need help with something?" And he's like, "Oh, bro, I just saw." She was looking at me. I go, she can barely speak English. You know, that's why she's looking at me. She doesn't know what the fuck's going on. No, but
she's happy to be here.
I know exactly
with me.
Yeah, no, I don't, that sounds like an asshole.
No,
but he was like an asshole, and I was like, what the hell?
Well, because you're gonna be honest with you, somebody's gonna ask you like, hey, bro, is this your person or not?
Yeah, but also too, like if I'm walking in a bar and I see a girl that's attractive and she's like smiling at me all crazy, I'm like, that's kind of odd. Like maybe should I go talk to her?
She like me?
And I feel like people don't realize it, but like. She default smiles because you don't if you don't understand something or if you're in a different country, you don't know what's going on. Like you don't want to seem mad, right?
Oh no!
So no, you'll see. Like it'll be like I don't know. I'm trying to think of the situation. No, but it is funny because she just is like constantly like that's why I like it though. She's always in a positive mood, you know. But she's told me or she'll tell me stories like, oh, the guy, and and then he ended up getting me lunch and buying me all this, and he just said that the food was really good, so he wanted me to try it, and she legitimately because at first I thought she was fucking with me, like I thought she was like okay. And I had to explain to her, like, I get it. Like, if you want gifts from, like, if a dude gives you a gift, take it. I'm like, if a dude's going to give you something free, take it.
Right. Okay.
Obviously, if he's expecting something from it, you don't want to take it. But if he's going to give you, because that was another thing, too, like, okay, so her job for a little bit was doing, like, translation. So she would teach kind of older dudes, like, in the oil fields, like, Chinese, because they would do, or Mandarin, because they do trips,
Oh, Mandarin, that's so cool.
Yeah, so she would sit there and basically, like, FaceTime these, like, old men. So it's funny, though, because a lot of them, like, they're kind of wealthier dudes in the oil field. So, like, one of them sent her two, like, AirPod, or, headsets, like, Apple headsets, you know? And I was like, she's like, oh, here's one, because, like, she doesn't know. She's like, no, he just said he had extra. But she doesn't understand. I was like, he gave you $1,000 gift. Like, he wants something from you, you know? And she has no clue. So it's hard because she will, like, what is it? She'll just tell me stories of situations that happen.
But I feel like she's
friendly.
Get
mad, yeah.
And they become flirtatious, but because of her friendliness, because she sounds similar to me because these guys tend to get on me sometimes about like Jen. No, like he's trying to, and I'm like, no, he's just being nice to me, and it's like. I don't register.
Yeah. Well, no, that's good because honestly, sometimes I will get upset because I'll try to be nice to people.
Okay.
I know. Okay. Be nice to women, guys too, and they will take it as like flirtation. And I've had women who will shut down and be like, "Oh, what the especially at work, it kind of drives me crazy because I'm very at work. You know how it is." And it's funny because I kind of attribute to like working out, but like nothing is that hard at work. You know? I'm running around. If you need something, I'm gonna go grab it. Okay. But, I literally get people who are like, I don't want to get out of my desk, So I'll be like, oh, I'll go grab it, and then I'll give it, and women will be like, oh my god, like then all of a sudden I hear like, well, blah blah saying that you like her, and it drives me crazy because I'm like, dude.
Because then I would say I'm jealousy because I tend to get jealous at times, like you said, where it would make me feel like, why are you being so nice to her?
Yeah.
Like, what is it about her? And I've been getting, more and more words. Women are like, just because I can ask certain questions or I say certain things, they automatically assume that I'm like into their man or into their, and I'm like, what? Like, I'm just friendly. Like, I'm just being nice. But I get what you're saying, where she's not.
Okay, but can I be an old man for a second?
Okay.
I don't know. Again, I don't know. But I like to equate it all. Okay, and this is probably me. Everyone's going to be like, you're just crazy. But I want to equate it to social media, honestly. Because people have gotten so caught up of like not being able to talk face to face that as soon as someone is like nice to them, they're like, oh, there has to be a motive. There's a reason. Because that's what I pick up all the time. And it seems like society has like lost aspect of like, we just need to be nice because people need to be nice to each other.
I agree with you there, but at the same time going through the experiences that I have gone through where I can only speak from that part because I only have women hitting on me. But men, it's like the ones that have hit on me and I have turned down, or I'm like, oh, you're just a homie.
Yeah, we kind of talk. Yeah.
They have moved it to where there's rumors. Oh, you're over here. I fucked her. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, what the hell just happened? Like, wait. So it's hard to, because I do agree with you on some of it, but like even then, being face to face with somebody, guys not just guys, women are too,
Mm-hmm.
but manipulators, and they can try and manipulate certain, so they try and show off their nice side and their blah 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 side, and where it's like, I got her, I'm gonna break her down.
That's definitely.
So that's what's harder to try and figure out.
I think we kind of talked about that, because that's definitely like a control thing too, and I don't know.
So it's hard. Yeah. So I feel like there is two sides to that.
No, you're right. You're right, because I do feel like there's definitely men who, well, it's, I think men do see relationships too as more transactional.
Yeah.
So men definitely see, if I do this, you do this. Or
or
I expect this. So you know what I mean? Even I've seen with dates where dudes are like, well, I took her on a date, I bought her dinner, what the fuck? And you're like, serious? Like, you did the bare minimum of being a nice person.
Being a nice person.
Like, what the hell?
Open the door and that kind of stuff.
But at the end of the day, it is fucked up, because you will see the worst side of, like, I don't know, I've seen posts where women being like, having this dude take me out for dinner, another free meal.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like hard, but that's why I feel like people have gotten jaded, because you'll see that shit on social media, and then you have guys who are like, well, I'm not fucking taking every girl a free meal. And you're like, you know, like 20 years ago, 30 years ago, that was, you never heard a dude go, I'm not giving some girl a free meal. Like, she's not getting it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, no, I'm going to try to, again, put as much as I can out there and see how, you know what I mean? So I can reel in. So I don't know. I just feel like the whole aspect has changed.
Well, that's what I say when it comes to men and women, because women have made it harder for men to want to ask them to go out and, you know, spend that time. Women, you know, and men have made it harder for women to accept that.
Yeah.
So it makes it's really hard, and it is very.
Okay, so I've kind of, so there's like, so maybe I want to get your opinion to see if this is really a thing, but there seems to be like a, what would it be? As a man, it's going to sound bad, but like an epidemic of young men like being frustrated and young women turning them down. Have you kind of heard?
Okay. Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And of course, like, there's the whole issue with, like, well, you know, like, I don't know, like the red pill stuff. Have you kind of heard about that?
I haven't heard about that.
You ever heard like red pill? It's like
red pill, green pill.
The Andrew Tate stuff. You know, where guys are like, she can't have a high body count, that we kind of talked about.
Okay,
girls, like, if they see you smile, then they see you weak. Don't never smile from a woman.
Okay.
It's like the most backwards bullshit.
Like,
you're an alpha male. Yeah, you're an alpha male.
Oh,
you know, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
If you let women control, you're a beta, blah, blah. So,
I know somebody like that.
No, men are legit, like, it's weird, because there's like an epidemic. Like, I almost had to like slap my nephew the other day, because he's like 17. He's like, I want to do that, like, blah, blah, blah. And he basically was like this weird machismo, like, I would never do that for a woman, because then she's just gonna. I'm like, dude, stop right now. Who told you that? And he's like, well, I was watching the video, and I'm like, oh my god, it's sad. I'm like, yo,
that was what I was thinking of, because it is about that.
Sorry, but another thing that I'm like hearing more, and again, it could be skewed, but like my nephew, he's 17-year-old senior. Again, everyone's gonna be different.
Okay.
But he just got his first girlfriend, and he hasn't kissed her yet, right?
Okay. How long have you been dating for?
Not that long, but that's insane to me. I don't know. Again, maybe it's gonna sound bad, but like my senior year, you know what I mean? Like, we were already having sex at that point. Like, everyone was driving. Like, parties every weekend. Like, literally, we'd always try to get, like, you know, beer to get together to party.
Okay.
And I asked him about that, and he's like, what is a house party? And I was like, you're a senior. So I was like, are you not getting invited? Like, he's not a lame guy, you know?
Are you not getting invited to these
parties?
Yeah,
but I'm like, kids just aren't. And it's funny because they'll describe stuff, and like, I honestly think it's funny, because it seems like the women are like, no, we're not going to put up with bullshit. Like, if you want to be, I don't know, honestly, probably this is a little bit more, but if you want to be like traditional conservative and want me to be in the kitchen and not have a job, then I don't want to date you. And it's really funny, because guys are like, well, you're not allowed to have that option.
Okay.
And they're like getting mad at women for that. And it's like, you know, you're acting like an asshole, so the women don't want to date you, and now you're doubling down and acting like more of an asshole, so now they really don't want to even touch you.
I feel like women are now standing their ground more.
Yeah, definitely.
When it comes to that, because like even the other day I was like talking to my mom, and I was like, the men in my life have just not shown up for shit.
Yeah,
and it's like, I feel like everything is on me, and I'm like, I have a daughter that I'm trying to take care of. I have myself I'm trying to take care of. I live at home with you guys, so I'm trying to make sure my parents are taken care of, and they're this and that and this. But like, and no diss to my brothers, but at the same time, I'm like, they live outside of the home. There's no concern of like, oh, well, you just talked about how your daughter was struggling here. You just talked about how you're like, are you doing okay? And it's so my dad doesn't really show up for my mom. My stepdad doesn't really show up for. So it was like the men haven't shown up. So I get it does get frustrated. But again, I don't like to say all men, because not all men are the same. But I think that it's harder now, because now women like to group
Yeah, oh yeah,
all
for sure.
men
For
are
sure.
the same
Again,
as well.
and I feel like the social media
Yeah,
was telling
yeah.
me, but no, I guess it is.
Yeah.
I'm always an old man like yelling at the sky about
Yeah,
social
no,
media.
that's what I am
But,
too.
yeah.
I feel like an old lady too when it comes to that kind of stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah.
and it's the same thing as like time wise on dating and like, oh, is there a time limit, or should you like 3 months, 6 months, or has they asked me out in this time limit, or has
Yeah.
he blah blah blah, or is she gonna, can she ask to marry me, that kind of stuff. Like it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
that stuff is like, I feel like social media,
Oh yeah,
those things and those videos, and it gets engraved into these kids' minds.
Oh yeah.
And like, oh, there has to be a time limit. There has to be a, we've been talking for 3 months now, and he's obviously in those 3 months, if he's not showing you that he's interested, that he's taking you out on dates, that he's, really like, hey, I really care for you, and communicating that stuff with those 3 months, then it's like, okay,
yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
But like, why does it have to be a set time of like, I don't, the timing, like if he's showing you all those things, then why can't you guys just go with the flow of things?
Yeah. Well, you know what I think is really funny, like kind of thinking about it, it's like a weird, with relationships at least, it's been a weird like mixture of like, for men at least, like it's cool not to care almost.
Okay.
Because I'll see that even with friends, where it's like you're saying, like when someone needs them, they're like, oh man, but like I do have shit to do, and like it just is hard. And you're like, but if, you know what I mean? Like you're saying, if it's really that much a priority, like that's where you're gonna be.
You're gonna make
shit,
it.
But I do feel like it's like, but then if I do that, like, then she's gonna, I don't know, you know what I mean? I just feel like it's become this weird, like, if I act like I don't care, okay. I'm gonna, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong.
No,
I almost feel like I see that sometimes, where it's like becoming weird, because I don't know, I'm really, okay, so I possibly could be biased. I think I might have mentioned before, but like I kind of grew up around all women, so like, as far back as I can remember, like my mom, so my dad and my mom split up when I was young, and my mom actually ended up moving down to San Diego with my aunt, like 2 aunts and my sister. So I literally grew up in a 5-bedroom house, with 2 aunts and my sister.
Okay.
And at that time, like my mom, so at the time, like one of my aunts, my mom are technically like single,
Okay.
So I remember like,
wow.
you know what I mean? Like, not like bringing home dudes, but like
no.
them trying to date guys and things like that,
Yeah.
So, but a lot of my background is always like, literally my mom and my aunt tell me like, that's not what you do. What do women like for their birthday? What do you do this?
Okay.
My mom and my aunt
so they were checking you.
stand in front of the door until I run over and open it for them. Like, they were just kind of like stealing chivalry.
Like,
It's good. Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. So, but I do feel like when it comes to, when I think about like how I treat women,
yes,
it's a lot more, do I want my mom treated like that? Do I want my sister treated like that?
And I think
that's one I don't think men think. It's crazy to me because I'll see men with daughters like talk and treat women a certain way, and I'm like, bro. But it's funny because you're like, do you want your daughter to be like that? They're like, oh, we're fighting now. Like, don't talk to my daughter. I'm like,
no, but you're right.
You're the one being the asshole, like, what's your problem?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just feel like, I just wish more people would it be like, more people need to put themselves in other people's shoes.
Understanding each other.
Yes, exactly.
Wanting to understand each other.
I feel like men can do it a lot. Where you just make the decision, you just do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, just take like 2 minutes to think about it. Like, what are going to be the repercussions? Like, what's going to happen down the road?
Yeah.
But, I say we all do it.
Okay, so we'll get into the.
I feel like you got a question rolling from that one. Okay, all right.
Okay, so being in a relationship, how much sex as a guy do you feel like you guys I wouldn't say should be having, or maybe should be having, versus like if you're single and you're hooking up with whoever you want to or whatever, like does it, the number dwindle down, does it increase, is it like,
well, see, I don't know, I would say as a man that number, when you're in a relationship, the number usually goes up, right? Because you have one woman you're gonna sleep with, right?
Like honeymoon
I do. Okay, so you do kind of hear that, and that's why it's funny because I've had friends even tell me that. I'm like, oh, relationship's going so well. I'm like, well, you've only been dating 8 months, like it's not that long, which I do get, but it feels like a long time.
Yeah.
Okay,
that is true. That is.
I don't know.
True.
I also feel like I'm kind of in a good situation because so I don't know, like you kind of hear about women's libidos, right?
Right.
And like it seems like they peak at different times in men's, right?
Yes.
So like when would you possibly say like a women's libido maybe at her highest?
Ooh, that's a good question,
because
I will say like,
but not younger, right?
No, exactly, I feel like
you start getting more comfortable, right? Like you start, it doesn't happen for a
while.
I
will say it doesn't happen for a while because like in my 20s, I was definitely a little bit more like I was more insecure.
Yeah.
And I was
that's
like,
what I'm saying, because I feel like it is. Yeah. Women
trying new things. But like once I hit my 30s, I was like, what are my interests?
And
what
also,
do I like?
You're more comfortable and you're like, fuck it, who cares, right?
Yeah. And I've got to watch things that I'm like, it makes me curious about, I guess you can say, like, would I like that? Would I not like that kind of stuff. So that's why I'm thinking like relationship wise, but it's even harder because when you're with somebody who is more vanilla, I guess you can say.
Oh, yeah, definitely,
who doesn't care to experience or experiment or try new things, and that makes it a little bit more harder as well, because it's like, how do I, how do I get them to?
Well, no, honestly, too, I felt bad because I know, like, my ex, my last girlfriend before this one, who was a little bit young, she was a little bit younger than me, so I think I was 29, or I might have been 30. No, I was 29 when we started dating, and she was 26, turning 27, so not that much younger, but a couple years younger, you know. And should I keep doing this? I got what I was gonna make. What were we talking about?
It was more so about how much sex somebody was.
Oh, okay. So her whole thing is she grew up very, very religious, right?
Oh, okay.
Okay. And it was kind of sad because the religion, like, she didn't have her ears pierced, like, as an adult, because her parents like never let her growing up. And then it's funny because she's like, I hate the religion because of my parents like made me follow it, but God is so real, and if I do pierce my ears, like something might happen, you know? So that was always hard for me, being kind of more atheist. I'm like, okay, you got to kind of figure that out.
Okay.
But when it came to sex, she was very like she wouldn't even want me to see her naked. You know what I mean? She was very because like I'm saying, when growing up, sex was so bad. That is a sin. You have sex to have kids. It's
She's
painful.
Like,
no, really, like the way I would like after sex, she would be like ashamed. Like it was honestly sad. This was like a woman who was almost 30, who still was like, I grew up in such a religious household that like was still affecting like her sex life, basically. You know, it was pretty. Yeah, it was wild. To, like, trying to explain to her because her whole thing was it's wrong. She felt like she was like a bad woman, ashamed. She felt like after sex, she felt what she just did was completely wrong. It's not what her parents and Jesus would have wanted. Anyone who loved her in her life would not want her having sex. And it was crazy to me, you know.
Yeah, I'm
so like you're saying, it created a very difficult like sexual situation, you know.
Because I would feel like it would affect you mentally. So like performance-wise,
if I feel like I'm hurting someone the whole time, it's fucked up.
You know? I didn't think. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Performance-wise, it might mess with you in a sense where it was like, well, I like being around you, but
So that's what I'm saying. So I can see where some people like it's fucked up, but I feel like maybe too, like your upbringing can definitely affect like your sexual life.
I didn't even think about
like,
that.
I don't know, you see it with like sexual assault
victims
and things like that too. You know. Okay, but the question with libido I was asking because I feel like women, maybe their libido is a little bit higher once they get older, right?
Okay.
And again, I feel fortunate because the women I'm dating now, I feel like I said, she has a very high libido. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's funny because she doesn't speak good English, so she called herself a high sex driver. Yeah, I know. I was laughing. I was like, yeah, that's kind of how you say it. Not quite, but kind of.
She's like, I drive this. It's very
exactly. Yeah. So I don't know. I may be biased, but I feel like there was a while where it was almost like every single day, or like even like a few times a day we were having sex. You know? Because again, I feel like, you know, like as a man, my libido is already pretty high, so it was nice because I was like, I don't know, dating someone, maybe her being a little bit older. It seemed like that's what it was. Like her libido was really high because she was just always into it, you know. So it was nice.
Okay. Because I'm always know that there's some people who differ in a sense where it's like when they get in a relationship and then it's like, okay, well, I want to see if you really likes me for me, and we're just not gonna have to do it anymore, or whatever. And it's kind of like it confuses me in a sense where it's like, wait, isn't it supposed to be where you guys are just on the same pages? That's why you guys are dating. That's why you guys are seeing each other. You find each other attractive, and then along with everything else. And so I was wondering about.
So it's funny because I had to talk to her about it, because when we first like started hanging out more, of course there was nights where like I get home from boxing and I worked all day, so I'm kind of tired, you know, on the way home. So it's funny because like a couple days later, she's like, is everything okay? Do you still find me attractive? Yeah, you know what I mean? And I felt bad because like, no, that's not like me not trying to initiate. Doesn't mean that. And also too, I do want to tell women this too, because I do feel like it does happen often with men. Okay, it's not like, don't go too much. Like your hardness is not connected to how much I get, to an extent, but it's not connected to how much like you care. I don't know, maybe that doesn't sound right, but you know what I mean. I've had it where like all of a sudden maybe you're tired, or maybe distracted.
Yeah.
And I feel like women always take it as like, oh my God, I'm doing something wrong. And I always feel bad. I'm like,
what did I do?
You know? Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's funny because that was this whole thing. I'd get home and I was tired again. And she was like, what's wrong? Is everything okay? You know? But that's what I thought was crazy because I was like, after like, we didn't have sex like 2 days in a row. And she asked me that, you know? So
you're like, okay.
Yeah. I was like, okay, I got time.
What's happening? Yeah. Tell me. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. So, and as you get older, I will say it's gone up.
Yeah.
But
But also too, maybe okay. So also, I'm sure you've heard there's like all the you got Blue Chew, all that stuff has been released. You know, you heard like Blue Chew. You never heard of any of that? So I'm a big. I use using
1, 2, 3, 4, like single. Like 4 years, okay, guys. So I don't really know that stuff. Like I don't get
on the game. No, it's just honestly, you know how it is. Like basically Viagra and Cialis now for men. You just don't even have to go to the doctor. The honey is really big, but the honey is like what is it? It's like the low key. Like it's like that's technically not. What is it? It's like a smoke shop. Like boner pill, basically. You know what I mean? Yeah. But no, I have like I remember I ordered it like a while back because again, you can just order this shit online now. So I ordered like a bunch of Cialis online, so it was kind of cool.
I didn't know that. See, the more you know.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys need to know.
And it works well. I'm saying. Any age, it doesn't mean it doesn't work. All right.
Yeah. Okay. So that's I didn't know that. Okay. So, dun. Okay. So about sex and telling a guy constructive criticism.
Mm-hmm. So that's hard. That's a hard one.
It is a hard one. And I'm curious because like as a woman, if there's something that I'm not doing right, or if we want different, or if you like this, like I would want to know, but it depends on how you say it. Okay. I'm wondering about a guy's point of view and how you would tell them. Like, would you tell them right then and there, like in the moment, you want to hear it then? Or would you rather them like, hey, so you know how we were doing blah, blah, blah earlier? What if we try something like? Would it be more offensive? Like,
I don't know. I was gonna say maybe I feel like I'm gonna sound like what is it? I don't know. Okay, so I like it more. I feel like it is better. Okay, I've had a lot of women like ask me that, like, oh, how is everything? How is this? Do you like this?
So like checking in to make sure.
Yes, and I feel like it's nice just maybe to answer yes or no. Because I do
it's easier.
It's easier. Because I don't know what it is, but I do still like, I don't know. I can be pretty sexual, but there's something about like, I don't know, like talking about like what you want and what you like can kind of just be. I don't know.
It's a little harder. Maybe, I feel like,
and maybe I feel like a lot of people just maybe they don't know sometimes. You know.
Okay.
Like I don't know.
Yeah. No.
Like, that feels good. And then luckily, like
yeah.
But I think calling it out on the spot when something it does feel good or you like it. Right. I think that is always the best bet because then you kind of myself
you can
like I really like that. Just, like mental note. You know.
Okay. Because that's something I was wondering on like there have been where I will be hooking up with somebody, and I'm like, let's just throw it out there. I'm like, my toes. You
Really? Okay.
Not necessarily like every single time. Every single moment.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be where you're like sucking on them. It's more like you can just pay attention to them, put the foot right here, right face, that kind of stuff, or whatever. And it's just kind of like I never knew what people were, but it was like one of those things.
Okay.
So. But if I feel like mentioning it, it's like all the time. And I'm like,
you got.
But I want to do it all the time. It starts to become like I don't know what it is. If you just, it just becomes like all. It's just
that is a hard one. That's definitely. I feel like too, like you're saying, that's definitely one that like. I don't know, like when you're in a relationship, a conversation to have, right? I don't know, that's a hard one because I feel like if you have like a friends with benefits.
It might be easier to say that.
You think it'd be easier? I feel like I'm allowed to let more stuff slide.
Okay.
So I'm like, whatever. Like I'm not that.
Oh, okay. You're not that invested.
If you're in a relationship, maybe that's what it is too.
Okay.
Because if you're in a relationship, you're like, okay, this is going to continue to happen. Like we need to fix it, right?
Yeah.
Or like, okay, not because like I've gotten a bad blowjob before, right? You know, and they're like, oh gosh, like this kind of sucks, like.
But in the moment, do you say something or do you like?
No,
afterwards?
That's what I'm saying. In the moment, I've never have, and there's been times I'm definitely like almost like losing a boner. I'm like, this is being very difficult right now.
You're like, let's just switch this up.
Yeah, exactly. But switch because I just feel like I don't know. It's very hard to give someone constructive feedback like that without seeming like, oh shit, that's wrong, kind of thing. Right. I don't know.
But like you said, in a relationship, if you guys are together for a reason, you guys are doing whatever it might be. It's more so you guys are on the same page about things. You guys like each other, so why not? Be able to feel comfortable enough to give that constructive because you want to do something that person likes.
I was about to say that,
like
because in a relationship, I feel like your what is it, perspective is kind of a little bit more given.
Okay.
And I feel like in a like friends with benefits or something, you're kind of more just like trying to get
I'm here
in.
for
You know what I mean? You're
I'm here for mine, huh?
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
Sometimes you feel like that, right?
Yeah. No, that's true because I was wondering that because I didn't know how to say that. And it's like once you mention it, we're like, oh, I like my ear, whatever, and then it's like every single time, and then it's like, I don't want to.
Okay, so maybe the opposite. But let me ask you. Okay, so when it comes to this is maybe this is a topic maybe that was more popular some years ago.
Okay.
But when it comes to maybe like a butthole, would you ever do that for a man? No, I'm curious. I'm just curious because I have a. This is only the beginning of the question for our next question.
Okay, so I'm gonna probably be honest here and say I don't know if I would.
Okay.
I don't. Okay. If it was like years.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we were like, oh, let's try something different, and it was like, okay, well, because it is true. If I want something, if I want you to try something, then I kind of have to leave that door open.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
They want to try something, so I don't know. Like off the bat, I probably would be like, no.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
Okay. So as a man,
right?
There's been like maybe like two different women.
I'm waiting for this.
No, who have done that, right? But the weird thing, I don't know how to approach it because it's not pleasurable for me. I don't know. As a man, getting your ass eaten is not very pleasurable.
You know what's funny?
I'm more concerned. You know what I mean? I'm like,
what's funny though that they say that a guy's G-spot is
I know, and I don't know where that came from. That's not me. Girls say that. Women say that all the time, and I've had lots of women try to attempt it, and they'll even ask me. They're like checking oil, like that doesn't feel good. I'm like, it does not at all. No, it's like the opposite of feeling good.
Girl, this feels weird. This is not
okay. And like I said, obviously I'm not.
But what is it because
you're gonna be in different stuff. I'm not knocking it.
These women, no, right, but I mean every guy, every woman,
of course, we hear like pegging and stuff like that.
Right,
obviously, people like it, so there has to be some kind of pleasure to it, right?
Okay. But that's what I'm saying. These women, when they try, like, did they say they enjoy it, or they've had somebody they've done it to that have enjoyed it?
That's true. Yeah.
And then they automatically think, oh, I'm going to be the first one to like try it on him because this guy liked it.
I feel like that's why.
And now this guy might like it too.
Yeah. I feel like there's some bit of that.
Yes.
Like
I think so.
I'll show him.
Yeah. And it's like, oh no, you say you don't like this, but let me.
I've had that too. Yeah. Like, no, you say you don't like the finger in your butt, but have they gone deep enough? I'm like, no, yes, they have. It's fine. I don't want any of that.
I don't want
no.
Okay, because that's I'm thinking that women, that's what they tend to do sometimes too. I can't say all of them, but some of them are like, okay, well, this guy likes it, so now I'm going to generalize it.
That's very true. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah.
I'm going to generalize it, and now I'm going to try with this one and see this one, or maybe this one, or he really loved it.
Yeah.
So let me try it with him, and he might fall in love with it.
So have you ever had a dude who loves the butt play?
No, I never.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Wait, but I've always been one too for myself, where I'm like exit only for a long time.
Okay.
For a very long time, I was like exit only.
Yeah.
No, really. And then I started watching like certain. I can't say the word, but I will say like there was something on Netflix. It was called like How to Build a Sex Room, and then it was
I think I saw something like that. Yeah. It was,
I was
like an older lady, right?
And she would come.
Consult. Yeah, I saw that.
And I
watched like episode. I was like, oh shit.
I was all for it. I'm like, this is awesome.
Okay,
like,
I was kind of laughing because it reminded me of like House Hunters. Like it was like a normal couple. Like he's a teacher, she's a blah blah, and like we really just want a sex dungeon with like lots and lots of dildos and chains and very painful items. And not gagging things. And I'm like, what the fuck?
But she was also asking, have you ever tried it? Have you ever tried this? Or maybe you should try that. And I'm like, maybe I haven't tried that. There was a point in my life where I was looking at polyamory, and I was like, well, I don't share very well.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. No,
I don't share
for real,
very well.
Yeah.
But like, I was always intrigued about like having my man and having a woman, but like don't touch each other.
Yeah.
Focused. Okay. But at the same time, that's not really fair.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't have that kind of money yet.
Yeah, no. So it was like intriguing. It was like, oh, I'm curious, but that didn't happen until probably my 30s. And it was like, I will say, I've never had somebody who was like wanting the butt play on me, at least, like trying to, and I just never I guess it was I would say vanilla in a sense for a while until I was like, wait, I might like other stuff too. So I will say I've never had a guy even ask me to eat.
Yeah. No, see that. Well, I don't think you're going to. I don't know how that works. I've never asked. Right. You know.
Yeah, I've never had somebody.
It just like maybe it's.
I'm like very curious.
Yeah, it's like a tense time. It just happens or something. You know?
Yeah. Well.
But.
Well, how I'm wondering, did she ask you, or was it like she
just?
That's
hey, yeah, no.
She's it's, like flipped your ass over and like.
Yeah, no, you're no flipping. You know, it was more. What is it? You know, you're like you're working your way down. You know.
Okay.
You know, you're licking the balls. You know what I mean? And then you keep going further. And then before you know it,
where's your licking in between?
Yeah, exactly. Front. And then before you know it, she's like pushing your legs apart. You know, trying to pull your ass up a little bit.
For me, I don't know. Like, and again. Women and men, it's your preference, but I don't want to see my man like.
Okay, that's you feel very vulnerable too, you know.
I don't know if I want to see that, and I don't know if I'd want to see the all four look.
I know, I imagine all fours. Yeah, right. Yeah.
I don't know, but again, like that's mine. Like I wouldn't. I know that women are probably curious. That's probably what made them want to, in a sense, because you hear about it, and it's like, aha, like, let's try it. But that's what I was always curious about, like. If they say your G spot is in your, are you willing to try it? And most guys are like, nah, get away from me, like, blah. But how do you know you don't like something if you haven't tried it at least once?
I'm always a big proponent on that too.
Yeah. Because I'm not saying I wouldn't like booty play on me part, but I don't know if I would reciprocate it in that. And not saying I don't. I'm just saying I don't know.
So if a dude asked you to peg him. Would you do it?
Oh, seeing that might be go into. Damn it. That might go into a why not try something once.
Yeah. Why not try once?
What if I end up like? What if I end up like?
I do feel like maybe I'm completely wrong, but I do feel like because I've seen like women that are like into it. Like, oh, dude, that like turns me on, like seeing you get pegged or something, you know. But I almost feel like it's just part of like seeing. Like what is it? Because dudes can be masculine, so seeing someone in that situation, exactly, demasculizing, And I think maybe that's more what gets people off sometimes.
Okay, so maybe that's not. I don't.
So maybe that's just not what you're into. Yeah.
Maybe that's because I was gonna say I don't want. I don't know if I want that, and I'm more traditional in a sense where I like the guy opening up my door. I like pulling out my chair. I like but I also reciprocate in the sense where if we go on a date and then you pay for this one, it's like, well, I want to plan a date and I want to take you out on a date too.
Yeah, I respect that.
So kind of like. It kind of goes hand in hand that way, but I wouldn't want to see I feel like that's why I date women and men. So like men, it's like I want my man to be like the man and this, but not like don't emotionally intelligent, please. But at the same time being able to read and that kind of stuff with me, and then also she's a little bit overwhelmed. Let me help you. But at the same time, I think with women, I don't do studs. Like I want my femme.
Okay.
Like if I'm going to date a woman, I want her to.
So could you ever date a transgender woman or transgender man?
I was talking to my friends about this the other day.
Yeah.
And we were talking about how I've never been put in a situation like that, but I don't see, coming from a woman's point of view, it's not as like taboo, I guess you can say, versus a man. But like, I don't see why not in my sense.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if I don't see why not.
Yeah.
I would probably, like I said, love is love. So I'd have have classified myself as one or the other.
Yeah.
I just really enjoy people, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
So I would be, I've never had somebody that I know of, you know what I mean? But I don't see why I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I think I'd probably be open to it, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
So.
Okay.
So. Because it's different because men are like, no.
That's what I was gonna say. I feel like
they're like
it's a different kind of
question when it comes to that. I feel like it's
So what do you mean?
Because I feel like women, it's like if I like girls or guys, I can get either or.
Yeah, and I feel like when you tell what is it for a woman if you say you're gay, it's not really like oh no, right?
Exactly.
Or like which I feel like luckily in society has become a little bit more like maybe acceptable. But I still just feel like
I think
if you're in a friends group and one of the guys is like oh I'm gay, everyone's gonna think like a little bit different. It's sad,
right.
But I do feel like that's kind of just I don't know, that's kind of how it goes sometimes, right?
Yeah. So that's why I'm curious.
I mean, as men, we shouldn't. You got to try not to. But I just feel like it's hard not to. I don't know.
I think
So,
that's why.
so it's hard because, like I said, you'll see the situation. I've seen, was it transgender man to women? I'm like, it's hot, dude. Like it looked really good.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Good,
yeah.
Like,
so, but like you're saying, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's so hard. It is a hard one. Because also, I'm big on personality too. So that's my thing. Is like, men and women are gonna have different personalities, and I've never really dated them like a man. I guess I don't know. So
that
like,
is true.
well, I don't know though. Actually, no, because if you're transgender, you're really. I don't know. Maybe we need someone. Yeah, to further discuss that topic, right? Yeah.
But for now, that's what we got.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, that's what I was asking the other day. This is what was something I asked you. If somebody is head like a deal breaker, meaning like, if you're dating somebody, and she just doesn't, want to, is it a deal breaker if she doesn't know how to, and maybe she wants to learn, or is it like she's like more so like, I just don't like it, it's not my thing?
That's a deal breaker for me, honestly. Okay. The reason being isn't so much that, it's more of like, I don't know, maybe this is gonna sound like an asshole kind of thing, but if someone enjoys something and maybe I don't like doing it as much, you're gonna endure it, right? You just endure it and just do it because you know that because you should like that the other person likes it. Yeah, exactly. But if I'm with a woman like, no, that's just not my thing, I'm not gonna do it. I kind of feel like it's more than just that. Like you're looking at it as, I don't, you know what I mean? I feel like it's more than just because like you're not good at it or you don't like it or it tastes weird, Yeah. but no, so I feel like, I don't know. So I feel like it's a more of a, what is it? There's more there than just it being that. Where I feel like it would take it off the table kind of thing.
Okay. Because that's what I'm gonna be honest here. It'll probably be a deal breaker for me too, in the sense where it was like, if he's not going to, then or she, then it would be like no, because I enjoy both parts. Obviously, getting, but then like also giving.
Yeah.
So I would want somebody to be in that same boat. Giving, even if you may not want to all the time or whatever, but like it's not so much. Sometimes in that situation where it's about you, it's about them. Like, what can you guys giving to each other? I guess you can say. So focusing on pleasing one another.
And I also just feel like people have to stop kidding themselves. Like sexual compatibility is huge in a relationship.
Like
you hear all the time where they're like, well, it's sex isn't everything, and it's like it's not, because that's not like there's not one thing in a relationship that is everything.
Right now.
But I feel like a physical connection is just so huge,
It is.
Especially as humans, we look at it as different things. It's like, because men, it's I don't want to say like proven, but men do see it as like, what is it? It's almost like, what would it be? Because I remember like reading a study. It's something, you know what I mean? Like I can't really describe it. I don't want to sound, it's going to sound wrong. But I just feel like it's something that like as a man you feel the satisfaction from like your partner being more. I guess, or you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, no, but that's the same when it comes to a woman, because when it goes down to all of that, it's like you can tell when he's enjoying doing that to you.
Yeah.
And you can tell when he's just there.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's the same with the woman.
I always like too is like I don't know. Okay, maybe like it's always, and it is also got to depend, but like that those moments kind of like not even moments, but like after sex, when it's like, I don't know, say you have like a really good session, I feel like after it's always like you're always in a good mood. You're always like, I don't know, especially with your partner. Like, let's go cook breakfast. Let's go cook breakfast. Let's go have dinner. Let's do this.
Smile.
So yeah, exactly. So I do feel like people try to ignore it, but like obviously as humans, like there's a satisfaction we're going to get from it, and it's obviously going to elevate like our attitude and our mood and things like that as well.
Oh, the endorphins and all that good stuff. Okay.
Because I've heard people talk about like in relationships and like their partners coming to them being like, oh well, I feel like I'm asexual now, and I've heard the whole debate like, do you continue that relationship? And I kind of agree with it. Like, it's not really fair. It's not fair to be asexual and expect your partner to then become asexual, Like, you need to find someone else who just has those same... Because at the end of the day, that's just compatibility, you know? But
I feel like that's... But, like, let's say my past, it's been to where it's like, okay, it was all hot and heavy. And then it starts to die down.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, maybe that's when I start to realize, like, I'm pulling back on the relationship where I'm just like, I'm not as interested, because I know like she's not as interested anymore.
Oh, I was gonna say also too, I feel like I've had it where you will have like strong sexual compatibility, or you know what I mean, but not much else. I've had it where like, I don't know, you know what I mean. You'll like get with someone, you're like, wow, that's kind of like the best I've ever had, but like I couldn't imagine ever like, I don't know, being with them long term. Maybe I don't know. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I've had times like that. I don't know.
But I haven't seen.
People are maybe just really good at sex too. I don't know. You know.
Well, because I've always had it where it's been like relationship wise, like it's always been the relationship, and it's always like, it's a honeymoon phase, like they say, but it's like I notice when I start to kind of pull back because she's not as involved and like, hey, and then it's like I haven't really had a lot of friends with benefits, I guess you can say, to like, because it's always like, let's start off this way, and then it ends up being more. So it's different, I think.
And I feel like that's kind of how like it goes with me too. I feel like I'll always kind of like, or I don't know.
You have a thought?
We'll like, start with sometimes, like a couple times, or like I said, not often, but I've been like, oh yeah, like we'll start hooking up, and then you end up growing feelings. I feel like it happens.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens both sides. Like you said, a woman will do that, and the guy does it, and the guy will do it, and the woman does it.
Yeah.
It does happen. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up, guys.
No, you're good. Yeah, I don't know how long it's been.
No, I don't either. But
you still got more questions?
I still like.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I can talk. I'm a talker.
No, me too. Me too. But I was gonna say, the ending this.
Okay.
All right. If a person you love wanted to try something new, and we kind of went over this a little bit earlier, but it's like if they wanted to try something new, and it wasn't something you were quite into.
Okay.
Because it's the guy perspective.
Yeah.
But she wanted to. Would you be more willing to, if maybe there was something you wanted to try that she wasn't quite into, and she was like, "Fine, I'll do the same for like we'll meet in the middle."
I don't know. I feel like that does get difficult because I don't like ultimatums like that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I don't like the okay, well, I'll do it because she'll do this for me. Because
you just want her to
I just want her.
Willing.
Oh, and you know what it is? I think I would be willing to try because I want her to feel pleasure or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I'm willing to try because I'm trying to be a good partner or whatever. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That would kind of just be my main reasoning. Because it would, like I was thinking, because like I don't know, bring it back to maybe pegging, because I was like, that's not something I would ever do, because I know like I wouldn't enjoy it.
It's not your thing.
Yeah,
right.
But if I don't know, I guess my girlfriend came to me and was like, I just really want to try. I was like, I guess.
Okay. Because
let's go get all the tools,
Let's go get all the tools. What size? No.
But again, I feel like you're not going to do that with everybody too,
I feel like comfortability wise.
Yeah, definitely.
It definitely has to be a big thing.
And like I said, I feel like maybe kind of sound wrong, but I feel like maybe I like let my girlfriend let me like get away with a lot or maybe do a lot because it's so innocent. Like her place of reasoning is never like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I feel like, what would it be like? I don't know. Maybe it sounds wrong, but I feel like you're saying like, I don't know how to give a good example, but I just feel like because I don't know, as I've always like, when someone maybe asks me to do something in a relationship, I'm always trying to think like, okay, well, what is the why, or like, is there going to be an ultimatum maybe,
Okay.
And I feel like what's been nice is like, it's I don't know, she's always just like,
she always probably makes you want to try something.
That's kind of I feel like what it is too. Yeah, but no, I think that's what it is too. Is like I feel like we get along so well, and I have gotten to care so much.
Okay.
That I'm like, well, I want her to be happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I look
like meeting
at it as
in
like,
the middle because she does stuff like to make you happy.
Yeah,
exactly. So you want to do stuff to make her happy.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I do feel like, just like you're saying, I always appreciate like a kind of like, I guess it sounds not ultimatum, but like the give or take. Like when you mentioned when you go out to dinner and like, oh, well, I can't pay last time, so I'll pay this time. As a man, like I never expect it when a woman does that though. I'm like, oh, cool. I really like appreciate it, respect it, because I'm like, you see that you're just wanting to do this because there's some kind of care there. Like you see, like, well, I don't want you to have to do all this. Like I want to contribute too.
There's a similar interest.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Okay. And I feel like that does like. I don't know. I think maybe I'm not saying like again. I feel like because it's been a topic. Like I never expect a woman to pay.
Right.
But I do just feel like it kind of like as a man, I kind of you view it more as like, I guess appreciative or more as I think it maybe will let your guard down even a little bit more.
Oh, it'll help.
Because you're always like, is she on the date? Because again, she just wanted to come to this restaurant, or she wants a free meal, or she's trying to post on social media.
So it kind of opens a little bit more of a door that shows you something else as well.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I guess so. Right? Yeah.
All right. So to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving is coming.
Okay.
Obviously, it'll be tomorrow.
Yeah.
What's something traditional, like food-wise, do you guys have in your home that you guys, make, and do you help with making the food?
Oh, I'm okay. So I don't know if I mentioned this before because I was talking about it. But sorry, Mom, but my mom is a terrible cook. Terrible. Like at one point, I think she was good. I know, and I feel bad because she like will burn water. I swear.
Okay.
Like she'll leave the pot on, and I come back and it's empty and the pot's on fire. Like I don't understand it. I know, I don't understand it. So literally for tomorrow, like I had to go to the grocery store. I got my Brussels sprouts and bacon and sweet potatoes. And after work, I had to run and go buy everything so then I can start making everything.
Okay.
So like last year, I made like just like what is it, corn cassoulet. And I always make Brussels sprouts. My sister always wants like just like fried Brussels sprouts, you know.
Okay.
And then like sweet potatoes.
That sounds fire though.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I'm trying to think what else. She makes the turkey though. That's the only thing I don't really make. Oh, I always like seasoning it, you know, and you like inject it with all the spice.
Okay. And then you're like, but she'll do that. Okay.
Yeah.
See,
but I do a lot of cooking actually. I do.
Because I like my mom was never a cook like that.
That's
But it was like the traditional mashed potatoes and like fruit salad. I think was that, and then she likes the cranberry, but it wasn't like it was like canned. Cranberry, whatever, or it was like the sweet potatoes. No, they don't do that. But the ham and things like that, it wasn't like our own. It was like read the instructions, follow the instructions, that kind of stuff. Okay. So like as I got older, obviously the roles switch sometimes. I think as the parents become older, and then we now step into their shoes of making things and having the tradition carry on and stuff. So I was curious about that. Because my family, it's been a little different now that my sister, not here. It was a little harder. So it was like last year we had sandwiches. It was pretty sad though, but we were like, come on guys, like let's at least as siblings come together and like try something. And I don't want everything on me. So I was like, brothers, help. Like we gotta do something.
It's really funny because I have an older sister. She's 7 years older. So she actually luckily doesn't live too far from like, where I live. Yeah. So we usually will switch back and forth for like Thanksgiving. But last year it was like such a mess because my mom was like she was like the mediator planning it. So she's like not really cooking, but like telling us what needs to be cooked. And it was just a mess. So this year my sister and I have literally just been like, we're doing Thanksgiving. And like my mom's of course involved, my mom's literally just there. Like she's like, I don't know, you guys have been talking, so you guys can figure it out.
That's hilarious.
But it's funny because like you're saying, like my sister and I have both like agreed that my mom's at the age now where we just have to do it.
Yep.
Because it just turns into either like such a big issue, or it just doesn't happen. Nothing gets done, So
oh, that's so crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. But honestly, I worked in like a fine dining restaurant for a little bit, so I'm really big. I like cooking and like plating meals and shit.
Wow.
When I can't, you know what I mean. When it's not,
right.
Cooking does. It's a
it is a challenge. And meal prepping, I know I do.
Do you do meal prepping?
Yeah. Okay. That's the only reason why I was able to like lose the weight because I had gone in here. I lost my own, weight, and then finally when I started meal prepping is when I realized like that helps out a lot.
Oh yeah.
Because I could just go down the street and get McDonald's or whatever it might be. So meal prepping is definitely a thing. And then my brother, he was trying to like meal prep together, but then he's like, but we got all these ideas, and I'm like, but it's gonna be me cooking them, and he was like, but I'll help you chop it up, and I'm like, but then I realized that I'm a control freak in the kitchen a little bit, where I'm just like, but chop it but try that, and I'm like,
I can be the same way,
and I'm like, oh, let me try and like, at least with my daughter, because I want her to learn, because that's something that my mom didn't teach us, is how to cook, and I learned from moving out. I was living with my kid's baby daddy at the time and everything, and I'm like, let me try all these different, whatever, looking up the recipes, that kind of stuff. So I taught myself. So I don't want that for her. I want her to learn as well.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Letting go about in the kitchen and chopping things up, and I'm like, ooh, this is really hard, but it's okay.
Okay, so what's funny is like because my family like they've never really been that good at cooking. Like my sister was a pretty good cook. My grandma's an excellent cook, and I think that's kind of what happened. She would cook everything, so everyone kind of just was on the it was like, oh, we don't got to do much. We'll help clean. And then once my grandma passed, everyone's like, what the fuck? What do we do?
What do we do? Okay.
So it's funny because like I forgot the personality type, but I'm really big again on routine and I like following the instructions kind of thing,
too.
So when it comes to recipes, I'm like, I want to make sure it's exact. I want to use some ingredients.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's funny because my family was like, oh my gosh, everything you cook is so great, so good. Like, what do you do? And I was like, I literally follow the recipe. But no, because they would watch my mom and my sister and like, oh, 2 cubes of butter. Oh, you can do like this much.
See,
it needs a little bit of salt. Oh, who cares? I'm just like, literally, if you follow the directions, exactly how they're supposed to say. It'll come out great,
See, when they say pinch it, like,
oh my god, this is so good.
Yeah.
Like, what did you do?
Follow the
4-step directions. Like, It is honestly wild. I don't get it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I've had a lot of success just following the instructions.
Yeah.
So I'm always big on like, no, we got to put this in next. I'm even like, I want to follow the ingredients, like how they go, you know?
Because no, I'm like that too. Because anything like, they're like, oh, well, you just pinch of this or add of this. I'm like, but how much? Like, what are we talking? Like big pinch, little pinch? Like, it freaks me out. Like, I need to know like number. I got to follow it, the direction, that kind of stuff.
I laugh because my mom is the worst. She's like, oh, it said to add chicken broth, so I just put water instead. Or she's like, it said it needed tomato sauce, so I put cheese. And I'm like, none of that makes sense. Like, why would you do that? You know? It's pretty wild.
Because I'm just interested, you know, Thanksgiving and everybody has their own traditions and stuff like that.
For sure.
And I know like some people are like, well, women are the ones that are cooking, men get out of here or whatever. And sometimes it's like, oh, men cook the turkey and the ham and the meat. And then women are like doing the sides and stuff. And I'm like, you know, in my household, my mom was the one that would always do it all. But now it's switching this year.
You know what's funny is when my grandma was alive, our whole thing was, okay, the women cook and the men clean. So we didn't really cook that much. That's what's funny, but so that's why I feel like from my mom, like honestly being a bad cook, I was like, fuck it, I gotta learn how to cook. You know? But I always remember like Thanksgiving and Christmas, we would have to like after we ate, we're all full, and then we got to go, in the kitchen and like clean all the dishes and make sure it's all clean. And then it was funny because like we would always get screwed over because then all the women go back to the living room and they get to sit there and chat, work clean. I'm like, no, wait, we got the wrong shift, you know? Like I want to be able to chill right now.
Which that was my mom. We're cooking, you guys are cleaning.
Okay,
Or it could be vice versa. I'm okay with the guys cooking, then we're cleaning. You know, like either or. But that's funny how you say that because that's how it was in our house too.
Yeah.
That's what I learned. Okay.
But I have just one last question too because I like desserts have been a hot topic. Sorry, not but desserts have been a hot topic for like Thanksgiving, right?
Right. Oh, okay.
Have you kind of heard about that?
I've heard this whole pumpkin pie Costco situation.
Oh, well, my mom picked up two right now. She was saying line and everything.
See, I know. I will not
like,
stand in this damn line.
Yeah, no, I like the Costco pumpkin pies.
I do like them. They are really good.
Yeah. Okay, but I've heard
they are good.
There's some people who like hate, like their family hates pumpkin pie, right?
Okay.
And then I heard recently that like it's a big thing where like people who don't like pumpkin pie, they eat key lime pie.
Oh.
Right. Okay.
I have not heard that.
I just heard that like recently, and I honestly I'm not a big fan of like citrusy desserts. Like anything that has like orange or lime, you know, things like that in it.
It doesn't even sound appetizing.
That's what I mean. I'm like, give me chocolate, cream.
Yes,
you know
that's dessert to me. Yeah.
So I just thought it was crazy because a lot of people are like talking about making like a cake and stuff like that for Thanksgiving, and I'm like a carrot cake maybe, or like I don't know. I always thought desserts for Thanksgiving were more like kind of fall stuff, right?
Yeah.
You do like a cheesecake,
like apple pie, I think.
Pie.
Like peach cobbler maybe.
Cobbler. You're right. Yeah.
Pumpkin pie, and then I think cherry pie.
But
some people do cherry pie.
But not like brownies and shit, right?
No,
that's what I'm saying.
I've never had that. I mean,
have you ever had a cake for Thanksgiving?
No.
Yeah, a lot of people were like, my aunt brings a cake or Boa makes a cake. And I'm like, a cake with writing on it? Like, yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
No, I've never had that.
Okay, I've never even seen that, so.
No, I'm trying to think of like, ours was pumpkin pie.
Yeah, exactly.
But we
kind of had sweet potato pie. And I haven't seen it that often, But I love sweet potatoes, so I'm always trying to.
Oh,
no, but
so
I'm
you're
a weirdo.
Sweet potato guy. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a sweet potato guy. Because I'm a weirdo where I can eat the same thing for like months at a time. So
but I hear that with guys.
Okay, so when I meal prep, I've been eating the same thing for like 6 months, and it's literally white rice, sweet potatoes, broccoli, and chicken.
I'm like, how?
Yeah,
but I feel like I could.
Sometimes I'll do lunch and dinner. I like it. Like I'm literally like, I'll get off and I'll have options, but I want to eat my meal prep food.
You're right. No, I want to eat my
sweet
food.
Potatoes so much. Yeah. So, but again, that's just me being like, literally, people in my work are like, "You're insane."
No,
like,
but I feel like
same thing every day.
I feel like it's because we've gotten so used to as a society. I feel like it's having so many thousands of options.
I do feel like, yeah.
And sometimes us women, we say it. We're like, we don't want to think. So then that meal prep would help. I feel like. For us, because it helps me when I'm like, I ain't gotta think. I already did my meal prep.
Yeah, exactly.
I have my turkey, my ground turkey, my rice, and my vegetables.
No, and what I like about it too is like you're saying when I get away from I get home from here and it's already almost 8 o'clock. I'm like, I don't want to cook anything. Like,
I don't want to cook
some shit in the microwave.
Yeah.
But I also hate eating like fast food and more processed foods. So I'd much rather have like a prep meal. You know what I mean? Or leftovers maybe, or like I don't know.
Oh, leftovers. Okay.
Yeah.
Because
Like I got home and I was like out of my meal prep stuff because of the holiday like week, you know.
Yeah.
And I like didn't know what to do, so I made eggs and just toast, you know, for like dinner last night.
Simple.
But I was so pissed because I was like, fuck, I gotta make shit right now. Like I'm trying to throw my something in the microwave.
I don't want to make shit.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but that's how I am. When I get home, I'm like, I don't want to make shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to go anywhere.
Though, yeah.
I don't want to go out. My mom's always like, "Oh, you're hungry? You want to go out to go grab?" And I'm like, "Mom, I'm home.
Yes.
I'm gonna shower and I want to stay home.
Yeah, like now it's cold. I don't want to go back outside.
I don't want to go back out, grab something to eat, whatever else. I'm the same way when it comes to that. I feel like it's easier, but I think people tend to complicate it because society and we see so many different options that it's like make it more available. Like, my leftovers don't sound as good.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't hear about this key lime pie thing. I haven't, but I like pumpkin pie. But I like it with a lot of whipped cream.
Like, do you like a lot of whipped cream on there? Yeah. It's funny because my mom bought some too for the pumpkin pies from Costco. You know, she bought like a big thing of Cool Whip. But I was like, shit.
That's me. I'd be like,
I raw dog it. I might pick it up the piece.
I have to watch my daughter. I'm like, stop it. And she's like, I'm the same way. I'm the same way. So nice. I want to say, the last question I'm going to ask you is something that you're thankful for.
I was going to ask you that Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Because Thanksgiving.
So I'm going to go generic.
Okay.
And I'm very thankful for this gym in the boxing community. And
what I was going to say.
I knew you were going to. That's why I stole it. And I think the relationship we have here with everyone is very nice.
The camaraderie.
Really it's one thing, like I said, I do really enjoy like getting off work and like running here to still be able to like have something to look forward to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I would say for me, like last week, I was telling you, like it was a hard week for me. It was again not all men, but the men in my life. It felt very like nobody's showing up for me. And then Friday hit, and we were supposed to do an episode, and I was like, but I got it out on the bag.
Yeah, there you go.
And then coming here this week and stuff. So I would say I agree with you, and I'm very thankful. As well as like the camaraderie and his people here, and it kind of just lets me release some things that I need to get out. And as well as my friends, like because this time is hard for my sister, like not having her anymore and stuff like that. And my friends allow like that safe space. At the same time, it's like they distract.
Yeah, true.
And then we have more memories and share old memories, and it's like all the mix in together, even here. So it feels good to just be around that. And sometimes like women tend to be more emotional. So I'll be like, okay, I get it out with my friends, and I get to come here, and I'm like, I get to bullshit.
Right,
and I get to, fuck around and stuff like that. And I know that there's sometimes it's like people don't believe it. It's like I'm literally old enough to be these people's moms type shit sometimes, okay, guys? So, but it's just more so just like bullshitting around, get it out, and then like that's my social battery for the week or for the day or whatever. But that's fine.
It is, I enjoy it.
So, with that, we're going to wrap it up. I don't want you've been here for quite a while, and he's supposed to actually work out. I'll try and work out. But I just want to say thank you. I appreciate you having me. And
no, it's always a blast.
All of our up and down conversations, because some of them got pretty deep and pretty real and open.
And I feel like I still have more questions.
I do. I actually still have more.
We can go over again.
We both like to talk in a sense, and it's not a bad thing because I like when people as well ask me things so I can, give my point of view, but I also like your point of view as well. So it's getting to know everybody. So I just want to say thank you again.
Of course,
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. And like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And then we probably won't do a TikTok this time, but
you still got the last one.
Yeah. There's like almost 1,000 and something views.
Oh, nice. Just watch it again.
Just watch it. Yeah, because he shakes it. So, all right. Thank you, guys. All right. We'll see you next time.